My name is Brian Kannel.
I'm Amanda Kannel, and we're at York Alliance Church in York, Pennsylvania.
For us, just being in the same community for a long period of time has been really formative for us. I mean, these are people that we've loved and cared for, but also fought with and disagreed with and wrestled with along the way, and all that's part of the journey. We're trusted in a different kind of way, and we're formed in that process differently. And we really re-architected the church in 2018 around the process of formation, introducing some of the theology that's underneath it and some of the structure around it. One of the things that was required was to really teach the church that becoming like Jesus was actually the call of the Christian life. The beauty of the formation journey is hopefully you're cultivating a personal health that goes along with the church health. And I think where pastors tend to get the most exhausted is when they're so focused on getting their church to formation that they are losing their own personal formation. I would tell pastors, make sure before you start the journey with your church that you've gotten to a place of health and you've done some of the work that you need to be doing internally, that you're living in balance and you're in a healthy place. Because to try to do it without that, I don't know how you would do it.
The practices that I engage through the course of the day are like a training ground for the rest of the day. So I may be engaging something in the rest of the day that's frustrating or annoying or whatever, and the Holy Spirit will just gently say, okay, now we've practiced this rhythm or this discipline, now is the time. And so the practices, they can feel a little bit arduous, they can feel a little bit long and repetitive, mundane. But as you go throughout your day and as you submit to what God's doing in them, then they're transformative.
Up until practicing the way, there wasn't a community of people. It was like I'm kind of out there doing this on my own, and I'm using language and talking about things that the other pastors that I'm engaged with are not really like that, just kind of blank stares, you know what I mean? Going through the pastor's cohort was fascinating on a lot of levels. First of all, journeying for 9 months with other churches that are trying to do the same thing was just so helpful to just hear people share stories and I tried this and it totally didn't work, and I tried this and it didn't work. We could help one another in those ways. One of the things that we know that we're called to do as a church is to multiply the work of formation in every space that we can. And so sometimes that's children and youth, sometimes that's the church down the street that's willing to have a conversation about it. The cohort gave us structures that could be multiplied. We were able to, with intentionality, do the work needed to be able to get the systems put into place with clarity. It had been a pretty wild 4 or 5 years of transition into the formation model. And so to be able to step back and really take time to look at the structure and some of the language that we use with my executive pastor, we talk about taking time to work on the church, not just in the church. And that's really what the cohort was. We were able to step back and work on the church and not just be caught up in the flow of working in the church, which obviously takes a lot of time.